Good evening. We find ourselves roughly where we left off last Friday. And by roughly, I mean exactly. We find ourselves in front of an elevator. No clue where it leads. But possessed of the means to find out. Namely, the elevator itself. Hydro Dynamo Station. That's certainly a name. Read. Toxic gas-filled cybernetic bioform. Engage target at range if possible. Destruction of outer body will release a highly toxic cloud. That looks like a morph ball slot, maybe? Unable to scan target, local interference blocking scan visor. Recommend scanning object from its opposite side to gain a direct connection. The ledge it is on cannot be reached from this area. Seek an alternate route. The text miniaturized? I don't understand. Sorry. You mean because it's like filled with toxicity? Oh. Also, stream was very slightly late today because I was looking up how long a cycle was. It's roughly equivalent to a year. Like, I could have seen it being a day, a month, a year. It's a year. I like how there was a save point literally right there. I did not realize I was that close to a save point when I ended stream last time. Oh well, it all works out. Let's see, we got dark and light doors. We got a thing down there that I don't think I can reach. But they're underwater. So I guess I'm committing to going down for now. Same story. What are these? Blog. Incredibly durable aquatic predator. Powerful, fast-moving water dweller. Outer hide is impervious. Heavy weapon hits will only aggravate it. Its mouth, however, is vulnerable to damage. Moderately terrifying. Luckily, I'm not particularly scared of aquatic life. Looking like that's maybe the way I want to go. There are bubbles here. Can I ride them up? Not like that. Maybe like this. I can actually reach this thing. Security interface initiated. Security lock disengaged. Disengage all locks to gain access to secure area. Well, I certainly do want access to secure area. Stuff that's worth securing is usually worth taking. The question becomes, how do I get up there? Well, that's how I get up there. I presume attempting to make my way into the light and dark doors makes the most sense. That said, I still lack a gravity suit or equivalent. So I might simply not be able to progress here. I'm hearing an upgrade noise. I wonder if there's something I can, like, break into on this. Okay, right this very second, my hypothesis is that I can't do anything in here until I have the gravity suit. I will keep this location in the back of my mind. And if I get stuck elsewhere, I will come back. That said, true. I can't stay too lost for too long. Also, the last thing I did last stream, for all intents and purposes, the last thing that I did was unlock super missiles. Which gated quite a large number of things in the first area. So I can always go back and check those out. Translator update? That too, yes. Okay, still deflects even if super missile. I feel like a super missile should bypass their defenses. But that might just be self-serving greed. Hi, Sparb. Perish, Sparb. You're very rude. The Ing attack. The day came when space was torn asunder, revealing dimensional rifts to a dark place. Horrible dark swarms streaked forth from these rifts, engulfing nearby creatures and transforming them into what we would come to call darklings. The dark creatures became our enemies, and peace came to an end on Ether. Orvis Grove. Interesting name for a place. Exposure to radiation has weakened this tree. Several parts of the tree have begun to rot due to exposure to phazon and densium. Okay, densium isn't the super missile material. I thought it was. Are you a normal pirate? I can't quite tell. I don't believe they are. Pirate Commando. Elite space pirate shock trooper. Well armed and armored, dangerous at any range. Limited use shield repels most attacks. I was really hoping that'd be more impactful. I respect that he got back up. He's certainly trying. Okay, presumably I need Boost Ball to get up there. Or to do whatever needs doing to this tree. Oh, and that's a portal. Well, alright then. To Dark Ether. I still think that her dark suit is really cool. Like, I prefer Phazon's suit just because it's her normal suit but edgy. The dark suit is still very cool. What is this thing? Hunter Ing. Elite warriors of the Ing Horde. Phasing shapeshifter deadly in close combat. Dislikes bright light. Oh dear. Mistakes were made. Luckily, a supercharged light area should actually hurt them. Get vaporized, nerd. Those seemed kind of difficult to hit consistently. So I guess unless forced to come up with something better, I'll just make supercharging a beacon my go-to way to deal with them. Oh, full heal. Love to see it. Very kind of the Ing not to have unplugged these. I actually just had a thought. I wonder if Samus is left or right hand dominant. Okay, so that'd be forward relative to where I came from. Target is in a state of dimensional flux. You know how this works. Unable to completely scan spinner target. 50% of its component atoms are in another dimension or on the surface of ether. I like how it says or as if it could be anywhere else. Oh, that's interesting. It dropped a safe zone. But like, ah yes, that third dimension that's in flux here. We have a surplus, you see. I don't think I'm making it back across that without Boost Ball. Oh hey, that looks like Boost Ball. bioscan complete. Luminous subject expired roughly 15 years ago, because I looked up how long a cycle was. Ing biomatter present in subject. Subject was in the final stages of Ing possession when her life signs went critical. Subject's death was fatal to the Ing as well. If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. It's a very foxy sentiment. I respect it. Okay, so it's looking like I get boost ball from the guy through there. Then I can use it to get up to that key. And then I got a whole bunch of stuff that, lets me go back to Aegon Wastes. Morphology, Boost Guardian, Boost Powered Warrior Ing. Boost Ball ability grants great speed to enemy. Target can only be damaged in solid form. Find a way to keep it solid. Well, the Dark Beam is, my Ice Beam equivalent. It would be kind of cool to attack a Dark Entity with a Dark Weapon. Oh, position attempt failed. Also, I noticed that there's no safe zone in here, so I'm on a pretty harsh timer. Ow. Yeah, on second thought, not that harsh, you're right. Maybe if I... No, that'd be... I was gonna say, maybe if I boost into it with my own boost ball, but I don't actually have one. Not yet, anyway. More fall bombs, maybe? We'll have a ball off. There we go. Okay, it basically costs all of my time extensions, but I mean, it counts. Okay, so I bomb it while it's scoop. And I refill my ammo and my health when it's a wall. Straightforward enough, I suppose. Where? There. Low-key, I'm kind of at the point where I'm more annoyed than anything. Yeah, this is kind of irritating now. I'm basically just waiting for permission to do anything. Okay, that was annoying. But now I know what's up. It kind of threw me off that, like, I went into the cutscene in ball form and came out in human form. So when I tried to very quickly exit ball form, all it did was waste a bunch of time. And then, of course, you saw just how often it was willing to let me actually do things. It is what it is. I'll get over it. And I'll use my time in the Thunderdome with this guy a bit more wisely. Turn into goop for me, please. Thank you. Okay. Sure, why not? Actually, can I do that on purpose? Just hang out up here? had the thought that I forgot to scan this thing on the second round, so now I gotta do that. Well, I don't have to, but it would feel bad if I didn't. Perish, thank goodness. Boost Guardian defeated. Thank you for the head pats. And thank you for the boost ball. Thank you for the hydration. Yeah, baby. I now go very fast. Under certain circumstances. While in Morphal mode, press and hold space to charge, release after charging to get a speed boost. And with that, let's get out of here. Very rude, whatever those things were called. But I am now free. Let's save our game and lock it in. And by let's and our, I mean I'll and mine. That's kind of cool, the dark shot kills them instantly. I like that. And save. Boost Ball also opens up a number of things. I really should have been taking notes. Oh well. That underground thing I can't interact with without gravity suit or equivalent. At least so far as I can tell. There's a portal there, but I can't get to it without going to a wall that I can't get through, as far as I can tell. So I guess the only thing to do for now is to go back through the portal and see what I can do in Ether now that I got the boost ball. And like I said earlier, there's a ton of stuff in the Aegon Waste that Super Missiles opens that I just haven't gone and gotten yet. Even if it's just a bunch of missile upgrades, it's still worth doing, I think. Missile upgrades are nice. Oh, I can do this stuff now. Right. Or can I? This seems like a really... oh, yeah. This seems like a really long path to try and build momentum on. This looks a bit more reasonable to start with. Also the camera's helping me out here. More evidence. Oh, I tried to be fancy. Did not work. Heard an upgrade noise. Don't know if I can get to it with my current loadout. Crocus, toxin-eating forager. Heavily armored, attack when it exposes its gills to damage it. Why would I do that? They're non-toxic. Or anti-toxic, rather. You seem like friends, except for this one. Never mind, it's built different. I'm not messing with it. Oh, and with this, the equivalent door is now open on Dark Ether, which is something. So now I can actually go back and, see what was up with that. Yeah, deadly neurotoxin. We are pleased that you have made it to the final test where we pretended that we were going to murder you. Please assume the party escort submission position. Portal's a really fun game. I feel like Chell's encounter with GLaDOS would have been a lot shorter if she had had a missile expansion or two. It's like I don't need your rockets. I brought my own. And this is where I collected the key on Dark Ether. That's a spider ball track. Oh boy. We have the occasional audio glitches to treat. Okay, presumably I can come back here when I've got the spider ball. Which I regrettably currently do not. Okay, so the most pertinent thing to check seems to be the door that I just opened on Dark Ether. The longer I go without checking out those super missile doors on Aegon, the more curious I get. I'm sure I'll pass back through the hub sooner or later. like how for so many things, my main method of dealing with them is to just hold them in contempt. Like, oh, so scary, you're menacing me. Anyway. While you're striking a pose and declaring your intention to end my life, I'm just kind of walking around. I'm already out the opposite side door. And you're just gonna report back to your boss that you didn't see me, aren't you? Okay, I've actually been here before. But no, I got super missiles. Wonderful. Yellow was something that I can't open yet. So presumably this is the way forward.
Recording to logbook.
Lift Bind Crystal, energized by light-based weapons. Darkling platform will grow in height when crystal is energized by light-based weaponry. Well, if it's a Darkling platform, wouldn't it be, wouldn't light be anathemic to it? Not that I'm complaining. The Venomous Pond. Portal Chamber. Oh. Oh, this is where I saw that portal, isn't it? The far door is blocked by a translator thing. And then the temple here is here. So presumably one key's off this way and the other key's off this way. Fingers crossed, we'll see. Yeah, hi. Rude. Come at me. The tentacles reaching in from safety are a little bit annoying. Please just fly closer. There we go. That is a storm missile door. And yellow is power bomb. So I cannot do anything here right now, to the best of my knowledge. But that is a useful thing to have verified. So the time was not wasted. And other things that I say to cope. Oh, that's just right there. Okay. But I can't get high enough to reach it. Not like that, anyway. Key code acknowledged. Lock deactivated. 2 keys required to access the temple. Search the bog to find them. It's kind of cool to me how the temples have different layouts. They're not just like one size fits all. I will happily take this. More power for the fox. She can be trusted with power. Give her as much as you can. What's this? Okay, just an ammo station. We take those. Assuming that there's a boss fight in this temple, having an ammo station beforehand is probably really handy. Honestly, having an ammo station anywhere is really handy. I don't think there are that many scenarios where it's just like, oh no, whoops. So speaking of it being inconvenient to have an ammo station there, so that just happened. I was going to say, I can't really think of any scenario where encountering an ammo station would be inconvenient. But I didn't even get the sentence out before an example was provided. Okay, I know that one key is just up there. So the question becomes, how do I get it? Well, the first thing to try seems to be just poke around. If that fails, I'll try jumping on things. I got the boost ball now, maybe I can do something cheeky with that. There's a thing up there that I can get to. In fact, that's where I came from. So maybe if I were to jump from there with a little more forethought. Not feeling it. The upper tier on the temple conceivably could get me there, except I don't see a door here, and I did see the ingworms that usually go, yeah, that doesn't actually exist in the Dark World. So I'm probably meant to access it from this side, and that's a grapple point. Okay, that answers every question I had. So I've got to find the grapple beam somewhere around here. Oh, scan visor. Ever useful. Yellow is power bomb. There's a portal there that I could use to get back. There's a translation gate there that I can maybe go through on the light world. I will check that out. Now that I know how to speak green. Honestly, between translation gates being green and... Or, rather, between super missile gates being green and learning to open green translation gates, I basically, like, have green on lockdown, if you think about it. I can handle green quite comprehensively. Like, I can open yellow translation doors, but I don't have power bombs. And I can open purple translation door, but I don't have storm missiles. But for green, I got the full package. I like how I popped out of Morphle as if that was going to accomplish anything. Can't get that upgrade without super missile. Rude. Security clearance approved. Door systems online. Through vigilance and strength, we create peace. That was not nearly as helpful as I'd hoped it would be. Then again, I shouldn't smack talk them out. I could potentially use it to help me locate things. Okay, so presumably an elevator through the storm missile door. So if I end up going back down here where I thought I couldn't make progress, I could maybe do something with all this. I presume it's either that, or I have to go back to Aegon. Going back to Aegon doesn't quite feel right, but I will if I have to. I don't recall if I've picked anything up since I last tried this. I guess Boost Ball, but I don't know if I can use that for anything. Worth a shot, though. We take those. Alright then. Need storm missiles for that. Can't reach that. Can't reach that. Can I get to that door at the very, very bottom? Probably not without disengaging these locks. Which I probably do from the terminals up above. My mind is constructing a complete, My mind is constructing a complete image, I say, knowing that I have aphantasia and it's not a truthful statement. But I think I know what's up. Alright. So even without gravity suit, with storm missile I could make progress. Okay, in light of what I've seen, I am going to tentatively conclude that I should backtrack to try and unlock something. Because if I could get Storm Missile, or if I could get, like, Grapple Beam, or if I could get Gravity Suit, I could get through at least one of the roadblocks I've encountered. And if I am just wildly off the trail beyond all reason, eventually it'll pop up and tell me where to go. Dark Ether. In time, we created machines to open rifts to our enemy's world. Volunteer scouts went through the rifts and found a twisted world, harsh and poisonous, a dark ether. They discovered that this world held the missing half of our planet's energy. They also saw the true face of the enemy, a race we came to call Ing, meaning terror. Our scouts could not survive long on the surface of dark ether, so venomous was its air. Still, we thought to return. We prepared for war. I wouldn't say that I dislike this area, just that I am currently at a loss and trying things that are not high on my list of things to try. I'm in no hurry. Hi. You two were quite rude. I'm going home. I'm taking my ball with me. This is fine. Now I can stop, now I can stop tormenting myself with thoughts of, like, what's through all these doors that I can't open. So about that space pirate theme, how's that working out for you? That's an E-tank and that's a power bomb door. There's a grapple thing, so I can't get that right now. Alright, we're actually gonna take a 5-minute break here. Please use this time to refill your beverage, go to the bathroom, anything that would take you approximately 5 minutes. I'll see you shortly. I return. Sorry for taking a little bit longer than I intended. Sorry for the jump scare. This game automatically, among other things, mutes itself if 5 minutes go by without any input. What I really should do, actually, is have some kind of, like, jingle or similar that I can play during moments of, like, dead air. Just make sure that there's something. I'll have to look into that. Study music theory just to make like a little looping thing, little earworm. What is in here? I'm not a fan of these huntering, if I'm being perfectly honest. They're a bit of a pain to kill. Unless they do that. Shrine access. Interesting. I was gonna say the relative lack of safe zones is moderately concerning. But then I found one, so that concern went out the window. That's another storm missile door. This is the... I was gonna say, this is the Dark World equivalent of the room that I fell into is at the start of the game, isn't it? I think it might be. I find it interesting that Ing would attack with beams of light. It seems like a thing that they wouldn't be into. Light doesn't seem like an Ing thing, in other words. Why can I target over there? Is there a purpose to all of this? There are Ing worms over here. Yeah, this is where my ship is in the overworld. Alright, interesting curiosity, I suppose. The greater implications, if there are any, are currently lost on me. Right, there's still this half pipe. I'll deal with this thing first. Eventually. Someday. I really hope that later on I get a visor or something that lets me attack these things even when they try to not exist. Alright, what can I achieve with this? Not a whole lot, actually. I suppose that's just there because the light world equivalent is also there. Something I'm noticing overall is that I'm really not using the dark beam very much, actually. Like, the light beam is getting plenty of use, but the dark beam is basically just there to generate light ammo and to open dark doors. Did these days be much in one? Yeah. Freeze 2 missiles, one of the best combos you can do. Well, that was exceptionally rude. Thank you for the hydration. I actually drink something. Alright, cool. Shortcut open. I'll try not to get wrecked by the falling sand blocks next time. Oh, I could stop by my ship and say hi. I should.
Recording to logbook.
Medea's Testament. That last hit breached my armor. The poison spreads. Though I have found the key, it is too late for me. Soon my light will fail. They know I am here. They will come to this site to plunder the key. My last stand shall be at the end of the edge of the temple grounds. I only hope I have the strength to fight when they arrive. So one of the keys that I'm after is here, question mark? Oh, that's just how I get back up. Hi, Gunship, how are you doing? Oh, that's kind of cool. I guess all the ritual things are like mobile on tracks. Now I'm just imagining like conveniently shuffling things around for different rituals. Wait, how do I get back up top? Let's see, storm door. Luminoth's subject expired 33 years ago. Scans indicate that this Luminoth perished due to lack of nourishment. She remained at her post despite the fact that she was starving to death. Luminoth weapon detected. System discovered on Ether. Recovered Luminoth weaponry. I'm so glad that the game told me where to go. Anyway. Literally the thing that I was directly next to. I presume it's a storm missile door. Or I presume that it's the storm missile. That really could not have been timed more entertainingly, to me personally. Like in terms of actually being able to enter the room, I wasn't directly next to it, but meaningfully, I was directly next to it. Now that said, I'm up here instead of down there. But we'll see what I can pull off up here. I can open this door, for example. Pathway to Sanctuary. Beyond the pathway to Sanctuary sector lies. I feel like I'm not supposed to go here yet. But I technically can, so I'll give it a shot. If they really want to stop me, they'll put a door in my way that I can't open. fact that they use rockets in their elevators entertains me. Sacred Path. Oh, I was here before. Alright. I can technically go to Dark Ether now. Do I want to do that? It says it wants me to go here. I can't get there without a storm missile, so I guess I have to find that somewhere else first. That, or get in via Dark Ether. Well, let's see where this takes me. Pretty sure this is a one-way portal. If nothing else, it's not a stable portal. It's not one with like a machine built around it. It was not, in fact, one way. This Echo Gate uses a sonic security system. The sonic detection gear needed to interface with this system. Shoot the Echo Gate with a sonic pulse to learn the combination of its sonic locks. Unlock the locks in this sequence to advance. Okay, I just straight up cannot interact with that in any capacity. Oh, hi. I cannot traverse this without a grapple beam. This looks kind of like a Metroid. Dark Talon Metroid, Darkling possessed energy parasite. The symbiote makes targets stronger in battle. Vulnerable to concussive blasts, dislikes bright light. This is an Echo Key Beam system. The sonic detection gear needed to interface with this system. Shoot the Echo Key Beam emitter with a sonic pulse to activate it. It will then fire a blast of focus sound and an Echo Gate lock. Okay, and I'm seeing these things all over the place. I presume Rude. I presume that I cannot meaningfully proceed without either the Echo Visor or the grapple beam. But it was worth investigating. And the grapple beam is one of the things that I think I'll get from the bog. So presumably I'll be able to deal with that when I get through there, which would make sense because that's kind of like the next area in progression. But yeah, with that storm missile, I am not sure how I'm supposed to get to the thing that they want me to get to. It almost looks like that's where I would get the storm missiles from, but as far as I could tell, I need them to get in. Bit of a head scratcher. Unless this is just me having an airhead fox moment, which is always an option. I am not immune to being a silly goose at times. I really like the visual of these, like, tunnels going off. It's like, where might they lead? Who knows? Yeah, I'm probably just very, very lost, honestly. But that's fine. I can try this again. And hopefully not just fall through this time. I'm being cautious because I don't want to get wrecked again. There we go. Oh, well, that answers everything. Structural analysis complete. Object is part of a containment system. It is secured by a series of rotating locks around it, which are in turn controlled by a group of spinners.
Recording to logbook.
Spinner, boost-powered control system. Use the boost ability of the morph ball when inside a spinner to activate the device it powers. This is a statue of Vimos, the third Sentinel of Ether. She died giving birth to her son Umos, who in time became the fifth Sentinel of Ether. This is a statue of Zequar, the first Sentinel of Ether. It was Zequar who discovered the world of Ether and led her people to settle on its wondrous surface. So they're up to 5, but they've really only got room for 4 statues here. I feel like they didn't plan this out very far ahead. Target has been dead for 15 years. The subject was an elderly Luminoth. Approximate age is 420 years. Advanced age did not keep him from defending the site or engaging in combat, however. Luminoth subject expired 15 years ago. A scan indicates that this Luminoth was very young at the time of death, not quite to adulthood. That a child would be pressed into combat duty suggests how desperate the Luminoth were at the war's end. This is a statue of Kisses, the second Sentinel of Ether. Kisses was the first Sentinel born on Ether and protected the planet for 300 years. This is a statue of Jagunk, the fourth Sentinel of Ether. Jagunk was a Sentinel when the Ing brought war to Ether. He died in battle while defending the Great Temple. I presume I wish to activate these in order. Which one was number 4? This one. Alright. Okay, so the puzzle's not that simple. Or is it? I'm gonna have to make notes, aren't I? Oh wait, do they light up when they're right? Okay, but then I still have to figure out, like, what order to spin them in to get them into the right configuration. There we go, giant fox brain. I had to figure it out from the very beginning. It feels like a really inefficient way to access a guarded thing. Just open it, you don't have to break it. Thank you for the head pats. Structural analysis complete. The structure is part of a security system. Powerful beam emitters are tuned to the frequency needed to shatter the central containment chamber. Seeker launcher. I guess they're called Seeker missiles in this one. Seeker launcher acquired. Press and hold the missile button to charge the Seeker. Move the targeting reticule over targets to lock on. Ah, wonderful. And there's also a portal to Dark Ether, which I'm morbidly curious about. But I don't know if I can actually reach. Portal is online, but unstable. Security system active. Portal use currently impossible due to safety measures in place on the system. Okay, so even if I could jam myself up there, I couldn't get out. Alright. That's pretty cool. I like that. And most importantly, now I can open storm missile doors. Do I go back to... Do I go back to Torvis Bog now that I got storm missiles, or do I go back to Aegon since there were upgrades there that I did want? Oh. I think I just randomly exploded. I guess I'll go back to the bog just because I figure the more upgrades that I can get before I have to backtrack, the better. Like the grapple beam, for example, perhaps the power bomb. Gravity suit if such a thing exists. I can definitely go down to that water chamber now. The one underneath the temple. I'm just glad that leaving Toribus was actually the correct thing to do. I would have felt a little bit silly if I just went wildly off course for no benefit. Like, it's part of my charm, but my charm has limits. At least in my mind it does. Maybe I'm endlessly charming and I can get away with anything I want. But I'd rather not assume that. I return to the bog. I like how they put these things on it in case, like, I don't know, the rocket goes off randomly. Okay, the storm missile door that stands out the most strongly in my memory is the one down here. But there's also this one here. Actually, I think they're relatively close to one another, so I could check them out one after the other. Hooray for catharsis. Where will you lead me? Access to Aegon Wastes. Speak of the backtrack. Is this just straight up a shortcut, or does this bring me somewhere that I couldn't go before? Okay, it's just straight up a shortcut. Alright. Then I could go do whatever this is. Still can't do this without the power bomb. I can do this now with a super missile. Given that that was right there, I feel like this is probably worth doing. Like, I feel like they wouldn't make it that convenient without there being a purpose to it. I can also now connect these areas in the Dark World. Wasn't there like a cool thing that I wanted that I couldn't get to? Because I couldn't hit that? Let's try and get that. Let's see what there is to say. I don't know if I can actually make it up that high. Yes, I can. Wonderful. I should not have doubted myself. Ah yes, this cool thing. And I believe that those are ingworms, so going down there would be fruitless. But I don't actually have a choice. Because that was a one-way trip. But worth it. I can just pop back through using this portal. Pardon me, gentlemen. like how I just courteously leave the space pirates' place, but the wasps, I like go out of my way to destroy their homes. Granted, they're wasps, they deserve it. Wasps are just evil creatures. Like, bees are terrifying, but like, they do good things. Wasps are just unilaterally evil. I don't think that there's a single good thing about them. They're like mosquitoes. Like, they've got a cool aesthetic if you want to make like a villainous type character. That's about it. Imagine making it that far and then not having 5 missiles. That'd be embarrassing. Power restored to orb cannon. I presume that just takes me back up. Yes, it does. Densium. Industrial grade mining drill. The space pirates are trying to convert it into a weapon based on analysis. That does sound like something a space pirate would attempt to do.
Recording to logbook.
Prelude, dimensional warping bioform, able to phase out of local time space. Target creature before it warps to damage it. Lunoth's subject expired 140 years ago. Subject was blind, possibly from birth. Damaged cybernetic augmentation is present. A sonic imaging device enabled the subject to see the world around him. Can I have your echo visor? Morphball bomb slot. Portal there. I got a bad feeling about the stability of my game, so I'm going to make a save state here. Can't rotate it, I suppose. Kinetic orb cannon.
Recording to logbook.
New weapons. Our studies of the Ing revealed the source of their attacks as dark energy. We built weapons to use this energy, thinking that it could overload enemy targets and eliminate them. We soon learned our error, as the dark beam was not of great effect on the Ing. We then began to develop a weapon that used light energy. This weapon would dispatch the Ing with terrible efficiency. Alright, how do I make the first jump? Ow. Like, I can't just straight up jump that high. Maybe I can drop down from up there, actually. Pardon me. Let me in. Looks like there's a pathway around from there. I suppose I just have to use that. Alright. Me constantly checking the map so that I don't get lost, because I will. I really don't have much of a sense of direction. I keep trying to shoot a missile to blow up the entire group like I could in Prime 1, and it just keeps not working. But I keep trying. They say that the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Wait, that was the one that I needed to approach on Dark Ether. I think. Okay, minorly annoying. I suppose I'll just go do that. I would, in fact, like to save. I like Samus's kind of like psyching herself up pose that she does. It's like, yeah, I'm strong now. Getting through that sand flood with the boost ball is quite pleasant. And would you look at that, there's a convenient portal right here that I struggle to reach. But we'll leave that part out of the we'll leave that part out of the history books. Everybody knows that the best protagonists have no flaws. That's why isekai is so popular. Though I actually hear that, Japanese publishers aren't actually accepting new isekai anymore. So now the new slop is exiled from the hero's party. But actually, I was the only thing holding it together. I shouldn't be too mean. It's just, I've seen so many of the same story over and over. It gets tiresome. It's like, there were plenty of isekai that, like, I enjoyed. There were a lot of bad isekai, but there were a lot of really enjoyable isekai. I think I've read, like, one Exiled from the Hero's Party thing that I actually enjoyed. And it wasn't even exiled, really, so much as the main character took an injury that forced them to retire. Okay, wait, how do I approach this thing? Because I can't just do this, can I? No? I'm not sure how I would circle around to that. I feel like I'm having a very head empty moment. It's like, I want to get here in the dark world to get here in the light world. But I have to approach it from this side to get through that gate. Is that even correct? Like, I could try this again, but I remember that being blocked off. I could check out this, this connecting path. Maybe there's something in the junction site that I can use? Well, worth poking around to, I suppose. In an absolute worst-case scenario, I can just look up a guide. But I probably won't come to that. I'm pretty good at stumbling onto things eventually. Usually. That's Spider Ball. I almost got really excited because I saw the super missile door. Then I was like, wait, no, that's literally why I came here. That was the plan. It's not a surprise. Why am I getting surprised? Oh, there's a missile down there if I can get underneath the floor. It would hurt a lot, but... I can do it, why wouldn't I? Telluric alloy. I guess that must be Power Bomb. Oh, Battleground. And here we are. Regular Bomb? Oh. Thank you for the correction. The pain is immense, but the pain I'm going to be inflicting is even more immense. think the gray doors are Annihilation Beam. So, like, that was fruitful, but I don't know if it served any purpose. I'll go check the temple one last time. And if I don't find anything, I think I'll call it there for the night. Also, I technically don't actually have to stay here. Like, I grabbed some stuff, I could just turn around and go right back to the bog. There's like that whole underwater section that I hadn't actually explored. So perhaps I will go do that. Yeah, I'll check this out and I'll go back to the bog. But that'll have to be next time. Let me just put my map here so that I know what the plan is. Alright, we're gonna call it there for the night. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it each and every time. Next scheduled stream is on Wednesday. The game is going to be Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon. The next time I'm playing Metroid Prime 2 will be on Friday. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful night, and I hope to see you again. Good night.